United USA.
In fact, we believe this contradicts his story that Mr. Zeminski had his gun already out, because you see on the next enhanced video, you see him pull it out of his pocket and fire it in the air quick and then put it down.
You sit down on his side, he's walking right down the sidewalk yelling, "Man, you just shot somebody." You can see the gun clearly in his hand.
Yeah.
Well, this sounds like a great argument.
Yep.
But did you want to make any observations about this before I make a decision?
Well, you're going to see what... I'm cheating here. You're going to see what you believe that you see. Okay? So the question is, does that video provide enough information to give an instruction on provocation?
And Your Honor, how does, if we take everything they've said as true, how does pointing a gun at Zeminski provoke Rosenbaum, who they say they don't know each other?
There's no evidence of that. You can call it Zeminski. Mr. Rosenbaum's dead, and it's defense of others.
Well,
and it's pointing a loaded firearm, which is a misdemeanor without any real basis.
well, the evidence, is this okay? The evidence in the record from two people is that Mr. Rosenbaum had twice before threatened to kill the accused. So, what is the legal effect of a person who, if he made such a threat, what legal justification does he have to chase after the accused?
That's a great question. The judge brings up a perfectly valid point. Now, he's talking about Mr. Zeminski, kid who had fired the shot in the air. He was the individual who got shot. The other two obviously were killed. And here's an example where, thank goodness this is caught on video, because then it would just be one person's word against the mob. The mob meaning the mob mentality of like a group of individuals, right? And then your word would be outnumbered. But because there were so many different cell phone cameras rolling, and in this case, the FBI drone in the air, which I think that's not a coincidence, but at the same time, it's kind of ironic, but at the same time, also, it's like it was meant to be. But then it makes you also think about, wow, the FBI had drones out there at that time, but yet they weren't convicting any of the BLM people or Antifa. But then Kyle Rittenhouse is caught up in this situation, being attacked by a kind of a mob mentality of individuals that just want to take him down, just for the fact that they just don't like the fact that he's being one of the good guys. Kyle went out there to do first aid, help put up fires. He helped to, defend property. He's a good kid. He wanted to make a difference in his community, and he got caught up in this situation. What's crazy about it is like you have a circumstance like this that already individuals like LeBron James and different Joy Behar from The View. Who the hell gives a shit about what the hell Joy Behar has to say? Everyone, then they're saying, oh, it's crocodile tears when he's on the stand, and and then still individuals are trying to spin it as like a race thing. It has nothing to do. This case has zero to do with race. And thank God for that, because then the media would be having a field day if it was African-American men that had been shot by a white man, right? And thank goodness this is just, quote, white-on-white crime. But it wasn't a crime because Kyle acted in self-defense. He was within his Second Amendment right to use reasonable force when his own life was threatened. So here we have a circumstance where the judge is not a fool. He's calling it out and saying, look, Kyle's life had already been threatened. And then we see this other individual who got shot. He fired his weapon, his handgun, into the sky. put his weapon back down. So there's so much evidence that shows that Kyle's life was in jeopardy, and there were so many cell phone cameras that were rolling around that time that it just shows beyond a reasonable doubt that Kyle acted in self-defense and was perfectly within his legal means.
On television, but also on Twitter. LeBron James tweeted this, "What tears? I didn't see one. Man, knock it off. That boy ate some lemon heads before walking into court." And then Joe Behar, she said this.
That acting job of the crying, I can't even look at it.
Well, this is
That is one of the worst acting jobs I've ever seen. Well, those crocodile tears are going to get him off, I bet.
You know him. I did not take the crying to be insincere at all, but let's get your take on it.
It absolutely was not. He is a empathetic and caring young man. To LeBron, I would just say he should be paying more attention to the Lakers, but if he would like to have a sit down at some point in time, I'm sure him and Kyle could talk about how we can change and fix the system that allows prosecutors to do what they're doing to Kyle right now. It's abhorrent.
Well, a lot of celebrities have weighed in, actually. Rosanna Arquette, Kyle Rittenhouse is a murderer at the end. Kevin Zegers is how the first take of a crime scene can look. Weeks of anxiety to push the tears out, and you come up empty, and on it goes from there. Dave, back to the trial, however. It's been reported that the prosecution will ask for lesser charges. What do you know about that, possibly, today?
Well, we know that the jury instructions are going to happen today. I don't want to speak to that particularly because we feel confident that all the truth has come out over the past 2 weeks, and we feel confident that there is an acquittal coming.
Yes. Ryan Balch, for example, testified in this trial that he was carrying a pistol loaded with hollow point ammunition for self-defense. Do you remember that testimony?
I do.
So what is your understanding, if you have one, as to what hollow point ammunition would do to a human?
I believe it would do the same thing as any other bullet. Like I said, a bullet's a bullet. I just believe hollow points. I'm sorry, I don't know much about ammo. I'm trying to think of what I remember, but I just don't know much about ammo.
So you didn't know the difference between what a full metal jacket bullet would do versus a hollow point, right?
I believe a hollow point, I just don't know much about this. I believe a hollow point would cause more damage
to the first target, but it wouldn't continue through to any other targets, right?
I don't know the answer
Whereas
to that.
a full metal jacket bullet is specifically designed to continue through its first target and keep flying, correct?
First of all, the hollow point is not guaranteed to stay in the first object struck, which is, so what you said was not correct. Secondly,
there's no testimony on that, Your Honor.
no, but you've been testifying, and that's what Mr. We're going to take a break for lunch. Please don't talk about the case. Read, watch, or listen to any account of the trial. We'll see you. Let's hope at about 12:45.
Do those two 12:45.
Oh, I've got a couple of hearings. Let's say 1 o'clock. I apologize for taking time away from you.
So, much respect to the judge. He's not taking any crap from this prosecutor because this prosecutor is just about as dirty as they come. Pretty typical, trying to incriminate Kyle Rittenhouse as much as possible, and the judge is just not standing for it. So much respect to him. And please like and share this video. Thank you.